welcome back to Model Airports. Today we're making an aircraft carrier model dedicated to my uncle. He's a diehard fan of fighter jets and aircraft carriers. He loves watching them. So this is for him. Here we go, Mommy.
Let's start the outline. Alright, and now we have got our outline done. Come check it out. I'll be going over a few. So a helipad, this is just the main structure of what the building would look like. There's a slanted runway, not too big. Fighter jets are known for easy takeoffs, quick takeoffs. This is just an additional small pad over there where airplanes can park. This is where the fighter jets park. And yeah, that's it.
After cutting and painting,
We're going to be making the underneath of the ship. We're going to cut out pieces 3 inches down so it looks like the ship is actually standing up on its bottom. And then hopefully we'll be able to make like a little ocean and hopefully get some fighter jets. So right now, let's just make those little pieces and then we're going to cut them out. Join me in this time lapse. Alright, now that we've done our sketching part, we're going to cut them out and then we're going to start painting them and then we'll put it all together with the hot glue gun. Alright, let's get it cut.
we are cutting.
And we're going to design these and then soon enough we'll be gluing it and putting it together and then we'll get to the main deck on board. Alright, let's get these painted.
We just finished painting. I love it.
Okay, so since we've got the pieces painted, I decided there's no really design we're going to do on them, but we're just going to have things popping out, like extra pads going up and down for the aircrafts. So I think that's what we're going to do. We'll figure something out, but there wasn't really much detail I could think of. I didn't really want to put like 2D detail because I felt that was a little bit boring. So we're going to put 3D detail into it after glue gunning these to the aircraft carrier. Alright, so we're at the part where we can start building the overall structure as planned over here. But first we're going to start painting. So join me in a quick time lapse.
We love time lapse.
Okay, so the pieces have dried up and I was thinking to cut them in half because they seem a bit too tall for this model itself. So let's get to a quick time-lapse video and cut them in half. Alright, so our pieces have been cut out and I feel like this size is much better. We're going to start working on the structure, maybe add some details to it. But for now, we're going to glue them together and add the 3D design. So I found a previous cutout that was smaller, this middle piece right here. So I modified our other pieces to fit it. Alright guys, so now we're gonna move on, but first I'll show you what I've been doing with the building actually. this is how it's looking right now. It's looking pretty good. I was thinking to add a little more on top.
Alright, I didn't get this on camera, but I happened to run through an idea through my head, and it's the rope to capture the airplane before going off. So when the airplane lands, so it hooks onto the rope and continues on, but the rope catches it and stops it. So through this idea, it was pretty cool. I found 4 Lego pieces I could use. 2 of them were these gears right here. I'll give you a close up. So there were gears that we tied to the end, and then there are these little holes that we put the rope into, so when they catch, it pulls and the gears are there to stop.
Okay, so what you saw there was a time lapse of me carving out this piece. I felt like over here on the model, the building itself was too close to the runway when I kept it. So I'm making a little piece that goes sticking over on the board that gives more space, and I'm just gonna simply put my building on it and leave it something like that. Alright guys, so the overhang, the little platform that we're using to keep our building on, it seems dry now, pretty good. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to put our Lego pieces. I'm deciding to use Lego pieces, something like that on the platform. So when we have our building, it just directly goes on it, and then these overhang pieces will attach to the side right there. Honestly, this looks pretty good to me, but I'm not calling it finished yet. Like, we need to definitely erase some parts over here, maybe touch up the board itself, maybe add some more details to it. And I know for sure that many of the buildings like have some long things sticking up, like a radar, something like that. So I'm not calling it done yet, and we are gonna add some more details to it. Alright, so here's the radar. I glued it on. Looking pretty good. It can spin like that, which is really cool, I think, and it matches the whole design of it. Looks pretty good.
No, it's time for bloopers.